Shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Continue to push this thing of ours in truth and sincerity. This is the brother MANATAZACH from GMS Ancient of Days in Los Angeles. I just want to get into a quick lesson on the eve of our 2019 year of Karagma Passover. Okay, as most brothers know, this is a very heavy time in the spirit. Okay, usually around this time, brothers get kicked out. They fall out. They call it quits. Okay, but also new brothers come in. But this is all part of the Lord's shifting process. And as things continue to speed up and these prophecies continue to speak, okay, we're going to see more and more of this. And it's a very solemn assembly, which the scriptures speak about, and it should not be taken lightly. Okay, unlike most Israelite groups out there, Great Millstone is one of the only ones that continue to hold the Passover as a solemn assembly. Okay, it wasn't a time of mirth and celebration and concerts, as you'll see throughout Israel. Okay, it was a serious time because you gotta remember what was going on during the time of the Passover when we were escaping Egypt. Okay, our feast alone tells you that what spirit we were in. We were in the spirit of haste. Okay, that's why we eat unleavened bread. That's why we eat in haste with our staffs in our hand. As the scriptures say. Okay, it wasn't a lamb dinner or a celebration. Okay, now the time will come when the second Exodus happens, and we're delivered by chariots. That new Passover, that most likely will be a celebration in the kingdom. But right now, we need to continue to keep the solemn assembly as it was kept to the best of our ability through the scriptures. Yahushua himself was a perfect example because he was crucified on the right after the Passover, and you saw the spirit that he was in. Okay, when he went to the Garden of Gethsemane with a few of the select apostles, he was deep in prayer. Okay, he was stricken with much grief, and when you look at Gethsemane and break it down, it means oil press, and through the spirit, Yahushua was that oil that was about to be pressed. Okay, and for him to go through what he did, to be beaten with many stripes, have his beard plucked out. Scriptures say he was beaten beyond recognition, or marred more than any man. Okay, so you can think of all the different, images we've seen of people that have been beaten and bruised. Yahushua was done much worse than that. Okay, so during that time, it wasn't a time for partying and celebration. That time will come in the kingdom, but right now, we're still in our captivity. Okay, but I don't want to keep rambling on. I just want to get a couple quick scripts just to show the spirit that we should be in. Okay, now I want to start in the book of Joel 1, verses 14 and 15, which say, "Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of Yahweh your power, and cry unto Yahweh. Alas for the day of Yahweh is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come." Now, this particular event in the Old Testament is mainly dealing when Judah was plagued with different locusts and famine, and they were told to mourn. But that's the state that our people as a nation are in now, because as I said, we're still yet today in our captivity. We're still crying unto the Lord. We've come back to our nationality as a people, who we really are, and we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Okay, and Yahushua is yet to come, but we're still longing for that day. So it says, "Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land to the house of Yahweh your power, and cry to Yahweh." And that's exactly what we're doing. A lot of brothers fast during this time, okay, to get closer to the Lord, to afflict their spirits, to be increased in the spirit. Okay, call a solemn assembly, which is what the Passover is, a solemn assembly, a time to hold this high holy day and remember our forefathers, which through the spirit is us coming back. Lord willing, we're those men. Okay, it says, alas for the day of the Almighty is at hand, right? Because we're in the time where Yahushua, or Yahweh Shai, is going to make his return. Okay, and that's what we long and hope for. I want to jump to Exodus through the Spirit, because not only are we supposed to read Exodus 12 as part of the Passover ceremony, right? But I want to get a precept in Exodus chapter 12. And I'll read Exodus chapter 12, verse 16. It says, "And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. In the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No matter of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat. The only may be done of you." Now, the reason I brought this out was to pinpoint the holy convocation, which is exactly what the Passover is. Okay, this is a time for us to really buckle down and get close to the Lord, and pray for forgiveness. Remember our forefathers. Remember the affliction that we took at the hands of the Egyptians, which was one of our worst captivities. Okay, and through the Spirit, Babylon the Great. Okay, Mystery Babylon, America. This is our final captivity. Was coming full circle. Okay, we're once again crying unto the Lord to deliver us, and He will. Okay. I want to end it in Jeremiah 23. Okay, it's just a real quick lesson just to show you the spirit that we should be in during this time. Okay. Jeremiah 23, verses 7 and 8. Okay, it says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries where I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land." Now, this hasn't happened yet. Okay, this is a future prophecy going into how we're going to be delivered from the land of Egypt, which is America. Okay, that what the Christian church calls the rapture. Okay, it says in verse 8 that Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel, not the whole world. Okay, the seed of the house of Israel, the elect, out of the north country, which is America, and from all countries whether I have driven them. Why? Because we were scattered. Okay, and the Lord is going to come and deliver us, and that new Passover is going to be in remembrance of that second deliverance. Okay, but as of right now, we need to keep the holy convocation, the solemn assembly, which was how the Passover was kept in the ancient world. Okay, and that was just a quick lesson I wanted to get into with a couple precepts, just to show the seriousness of the times that we're in, and the state of the spirit we should be in. Okay, in all seriousness and holy convocation. Okay, this has been the brother MANATAZACH from GMS, Ancient Days in Los Angeles. And I want to give all glory and honor to YAHAWADAH Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salute and salutations to the hopeful elect. Continue to fight, continue to push this word of ours, and Lord willing, the second Exodus will happen sooner than later. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe, as the scriptures say, and you have to have faith in that. Shalom.